Wonderfully done, Caster. We have eliminated all 6 of the masters. Or have you now? We have won the Holy Grail War. Once I use my command spell to make you kill yourself, the ceremony will be complete. Oof. This dude ain't playing around. He said this fool said once I use my command spell to make you kill yourself, the ceremony will be complete. That's just crazy. The Greater Grail will be filled with the souls of 7 servants, and the magical reactor core used to reach the root will activate. And then the third magic shall finally take form. The third magic is the materialization of souls. Humanity shall escape the shackles of the physical body, be released from the all suffering caused by its limitations, and advance to a new stage. I don't think they're going to do all that. Oops. That is not how you spell that. You are a sacrifice for the purpose. I am sure you understand, Caster. I nodded in agreement. Humanity's salvation and growth were not the task given to me. Okay, so why? Never mind. If the humans of that era wanted to grow, I had no reason to stop them. Just as it was during my life, I simply did what was required of me. That's kind of bad. Then you need to do something a little bit more with yourself. In the Fuyuki Holy Grail War, there would be no servant survivors. That much is true. All servants were to be eliminated. Even I, the victor, was fated to commit suicide, compelled by my master's command spell. No, that was a joke. I'm kidding, Caster. I'm sorry. I got overexcited. That is not a joke, dude. Who are you trying to fool? I have no intention of offering my miraculous powers to the Greater Grail. I won't use my command spells either. They won't work on you anyway. Oh, really? Do you understand? I will not activate the Greater Grail. The third magic means nothing to me. So what's with this entire thing going on then? What are you doing? If the Greater Grail doesn't mean anything to you. As head of the astronomy division, I must reach the root in my own unique way. Okay. It's preposterous to ask me to rely on other mages' theories. The miracle proposed by the Einstein family. The materialization of souls and the growth of humanity. I have no intention of being a part of such fantasies. That was an unexpected development. Marisberry didn't realize it, but that was the first and last time he would ever tell a joke. Yeah, because it was a joke in poor taste, so hopefully he realizes how fucked that sounded. What surprised me most, though, was how much his thoughts derived from what I myself had seen. I asked him then, what do you desire? I'm only after the Grail's ability to grant wishes, and my wish is clear. It's the completion of Claudia's. Truth is, the one at Claudia is still just a prototype. Okay. What was built to satisfy the sponsor, sure, it functions as an Earth model, but it's far from being complete. Okay, we know this. That much you didn't even have to tell us, dude. It's just like this greater girl. Oh shit. Hold on. Hey, that I have it says it's just like this greater grail caster. The theory is complete, but the all-important fuel to power it is it's lacking. Ms. Berry. The greater grail requires the souls of heroic spirits, but my Claudius needs something more realistic. To power Claudius, I would need to take over power plants that could generate enough electricity for an entire country for no less than 6 months even. Essentially, I need a budget that could found an entire nation, but the only assets I have are my precious offshore oil rig, Serifix, and a French nuclear reactor I managed to buy the other day. Ooh. Well, you got that covered. That's not nearly enough. Simply put, I need more funds, okay? That's fine. Laugh at my absurdity and shallowness if you wish. I ain't gonna do that because really there's no point. Despite the divine greatness that is the greater grail, I seek from its neither eternal life nor the root itself. What I want is a giant pile of money. This fool said I want a giant pile of money. Okay, that is the stupidest thing to wish for. Miss Berry told me to laugh, but there's nothing funny about it. Thank you, it really isn't. That just sounded completely stupid. Creating a miracle was his life's work. It wasn't something he could get someone or something else to do for him. Instead, he asked for the time it would take to complete his task to be shortened, probably because he didn't have much longer left to live. He determined that in the 10 years he had left, there was no way for him to complete and achieve Claudius. And so, to hasten its activation, he joined the Fuyuki Holy Grail War. The war was to him a shortcut. Right. It would allow him to obtain the necessary resources without becoming indebted to rival families and having to worry about financing and its inherited complications. Yeah. He'd leave no trace. Nobody would be able to see what was coming. Thank you, Caster. I knew you would understand. Your cooperation would allow us to keep this ending our little secret. We can't let the world think that Saber and their masters won the Fuyuki Holy Grail War. Only a coward would cover this up, but if I don't, the other lords will be able to get in my way. No matter what it costs, I will complete the true Claudius and achieve it and activate it. It will be necessary in order to secure humanity's future. By doing so, Professor Lev Shelba will not only be able to see the future, but the light of the past as well. And pseudo-spiritron projection, the racial theory will no longer be just a theory. Why did the Age of Gods come to an end? Why has the foundation of humanity remained unstable since advent of the Anno Domini era? Once the racial works, we'll be able to answer those questions. I knew this man was dangerous in a way unique to mages. Simply put, he lacked the sense of morality. But his burning passion and love for humanity was unwavering. I signaled my consent. Sigil, whatever. This greater grail was not to be used to reach the root, but to grant one man's wish. To grant one's desire. Yes, how ironic. The end result is turning out to be just the kind of nonsense the original ritual's creator promised. I laughed in agreement, but only because I could tell that Miserabelly's smile wasn't entirely genuine. Miserabelly. What about you, Caster? Hey, don't tell me you forgot what the Einsberg said. The Holy Grail will grant the victor's wish, but the master and the servant have the right to ask for a wish. I wish for an immense wealth, but what about you? What will you wish for? You can't change the past, but you can change how it is viewed today. Or would you like to be incarnated and live a second life? I froze. I never expected this question. My wish. I never had the freedom to ask for one, so I was about to say I didn't have one. But no, I did. I can really wish for anything, Maresbury. Yes, anything but the life of Maresbury, any Musphere, the man who summoned you. Come on, Caster. No, Solomon, King of Mages. My contractor, my one and only friend. Knowing you, your wish will be a righteous one. Say it with pride. I remember my lips rose up into a grin. And then the world went black. Okay, that is sombering and creepy. Wasn't expecting something so like that. Doctor, are you asleep? Doctor? I need to... Huh? What? Did I fall asleep? I'm sorry, guys. I know we're in a critical situation. Did we find the route to the Singularity where Solomon's lurking? We barely have a day left. We're making good progress. If our calculations are correct, Claudia will make contact with the final Singularity in 4 hours. We'll begin the space-time fusion simultaneously with Master Dante Yeager's ray shift. As long as it's within 72 hours of... 72 hours of the fusion, we can escape the Singularity by purging the Eastern Research Wing. And transfer back to Claudia's observatory normal time, December 31st, 2018. I see. Everybody, take one last break then. You only have 4 hours, but get some sleep. Get some food, enjoy a nice chat, or leave some records behind. Anything. Do something to refresh and relax a little. I'll keep an eye on things while you do. Understood. If anything happens while we're gone, call us, Doctor. Alright, it's time for the final stage. It's been 10 years since I came to Claudia. It seems like a long time, and yet not. Honestly, this doesn't feel real to me yet. Oh, there you are, Fu. When I think about it, you're a pretty strange creature too. Isn't that the truth? Until Dante Yeager came, you only showed yourself around Mage. What made you change your mind? I thought you were the kind of creature who feeds on humans yet has no interest in them, just like Merlin. Yeah. I can't really understand what you're saying. I may have been able to understand you back then, yeah, I probably did. Well, I have a hunch about what you're saying. You're saying, are you okay with this? Maggie Murray got mad at me over the internet too. She told me not to keep secrets anymore. But well, to be honest, I don't feel guilty. I can't explain my reasons, besides, it still hasn't sunk in for me. Why did I come here to Claudia? What was I doing before I did? It's all stuff I absolutely can't explain, not even a little. If I told them I came here to protect humanity just because I felt like it, that would be pretty lame, right? Oh, but I can explain how I came to run the medical division at such a young age. Okay. It's because I studied like any other person, of course. Competence is what got me this job. Okay, I will be right back. Ooh. Foo. Or some such nonsense. Hold on. Ooh. All right, I'm back. What's Come to think of it, I spent the last decade doing nothing but studying, researching, and investigating. I mean, well, you've been keeping yourself preoccupied. Where is this leading to exactly? One day I had a feeling that humanity was going to end. It was one of those bad dreams people get sometimes. Oh, I always get those type of dreams. Eventually, I was forced to realize that this feeling of mine was true. I had no way of denying it, yet no strength to make sure of it either. Yeah, I know that feeling. The only clue I had was that it would begin at Claudia. I was filled with a sense of terror, and I was compelled to do anything. Okay. So, I've done everything I possibly could over the past decade. Like, I was fleeing from this doom. Like, I was running away screaming. So we're just getting a perspective on what Romani has been feeling lately, which is actually pretty interesting. Okay. And I'm about to find out how this will end. I'm scared, but happy at the same time. Once this battle's over, I won't have any to worry anymore. I can finally be free to do what I want with my time. Why are you throwing on the data on the demon gods? I have no idea what you're talking about. Hold on a second. This says, once this battle is over, I won't have to worry anymore. I can finally be free to do what I want with my time. Why are you thwacking on the data on the demon gods? Oh, I see. You're worried about Dante Yeager, huh? Well, that's nice. Kinda strange that this little thing is actually worried about me, but nice nonetheless, right? As for who Solomon really is, well, I suppose I have some ideas. Kingu was a good sample case. Sample case. Kingu. Huh. I thought the Solomon who appeared in London was a fake, but I don't have any way to prove it. Well, that sucks. Heroic spirits have many aspects. That's why. Oops. I just think I would go fast. That's why a single heroic spirit can manifest as a saber or a lancer, for instance, and still be the same person and be real. Says so. Even if the Solomon who incinerate humanity was a variation on the one in the legends, he is still Solomon, the father of magecraft, and if he is the real Solomon, Claudius has no way to beat him. So basically what you're saying is that he is stronger than everybody else, which is odd which is kind of odd because you would think he wouldn't be the strongest servant, but apparently, well, the strongest being, but apparently freaking is. There were times when pessimism won out, and I thought that this grand order would end with humanity's defeat. But now, I don't feel that way. If I'm right, that Solomon has one weak point. Yes, just one. If he is the real Solomon and at the same time someone who is falsely claiming to be the king of the mages, how the hell does that work? If he is the real Solomon, then isn't he the king of the mages? There is a void that Solomon can never reach, and it scares me. What scares me isn't whether I can take advantage of that opportunity. It's what I'm going to be thinking when I reach that void. I had a dream, a scene of a peaceful town one I'd seen before. Hey Mosh, good to see you're doing well again today. I'm sure things will be quiet tomorrow too. Hey Currylight, what are you doing with that shield? The city's the same as ever, and there's no danger around. That's right. We finally live in a utopia with no war, starvation, prejudice, or discrimination. I wonder about that. There's no need to hate anyone. No need to fear anything because we've been released from death. Oof. I'm not sure about that one. We've been released from the sorrows of life. We're happier now than we've ever thought possible. Life has no end. The world has no end. Tomorrow will never be worse than today. This is the bliss of eternity. That kind of sounds boring as flag. Is that Morgan Freeman? That was Morgan Freeman right there in the background. I'm not even joking. Morgan Freeman just appeared. No, I don't understand the happiness they speak of. Solomon, king of the mages, the image you show me only frightens me. Why does it frighten you? These people have been released from finite lives, from the terror of death, from all their worries. What you see is a realistically blessed world for humans taking form. Why would that frighten you, Mosh? There's a lot of reasons why that would frighten anybody, actually. Hey. A promise tomorrow, a today that lasts forever, a life you needn't fear ending. Still sounds bizarre. That should be your salvation. That should definitely not be our salvation. I thought you, of all people, would understand how wonderful it is simply to live. No, I'm sorry. I don't know why you show yourself to me, but I can see that you are concerned about me. Which is why it pains me to deny you, but I must correct you when you are in the wrong. Very well, then tell me, Mosh. I'm interested in the conclusion you've reached. You mourn the end of life and speak of the beauty of eternity, but I'm sorry. I don't understand the sorrow. I don't understand what's so great about eternity. Death is the end that comes to all living things. It's a natural part of life. You say there's no sadness because there's no death, but I don't think eternal life is happiness. It's eternal stagnation. Why? The people of this town are happy. Eternity is the happiness that humanity yearns for. I also heard that death is also what humanity yearns for, because I play Shin Megami Tensei, more specifically Persona 3. Thank you very much for that shit. No, that's a lie. Their smiles are wrong. Their smiles are wrong. Are you saying that this state of satisfaction, of freedom from worries, is a lie? Yes. Smiling is what gets you through sadness. Humans continue smiling because they know their time is limited. But the smiles in this world are different. They're just smiling because they're not afraid. Huh? What? Mosh? Baby, girl, what are you talking about? Those are not smiles, they're just muscle memory. Okay, baby girl, I'll bite. What are you talking about? The joys of life belong to those who live in the moment. You can live in the moment if you live in eternity, though. So, again, what are you talking about, baby girl? Solomon, king of mages. This is my answer to the question you once posed me. I don't think anyone lives because they're scared of dying. Well, that much is true. We live because we simply want to live. We do our best to get through the day because we can't wait for tomorrow. Our journey is not about trying to avoid the end time of our lives we call death, but rather to pass through it. Yeah, okay. So please do not take away our desire to live. You can have a desire to enjoy everything this world has to offer, even if you live forever, because there's no way in hell you can do everything, even with an eternal lifetime. I see, so that was the question the other me asked of you. Why do you fight? Why, knowing your life will someday end, knowing it's ended already? Why do you cling to life? Why, when you realize that there's nothing in your future you can save? What you've just told me, that is your answer. A shame, truly a shame. Only those directly involved can be satisfied by such an answer. The demon lord Florios spoke of you, of how a short-lived creature created by man lived her life. I had paid particular attention to you as a sample case. No more, I no longer care. There is no path to a longer life for you. You have rejected eternity, and so you shall die. So die like the trash you are. Ooh, damn. And take all of Claudia with you. Yeah, that's fucked up. Die as one who clung to life, as a brave warrior who overcame many trials and perils. Why? Because that's what everyone was foolish enough to see you as. It's sad, really. In the end, you are nothing more than another powerless, ordinary human. I wouldn't say she's that. See? Okay, it's time. Hey, good morning, Dante Yeager. It's Da Vinci here with your wake-up call. I figured you'd be getting up from your nap about now. Oh, no need for any formal greetings. This call is basically just me talking to myself. The command room is ready. Now it's up to you and Mosh to begin the last order. But first, I have a request. No, it's less a request and more a bit of advice. I reviewed Mosh's medical exams during the brief rest. I'll be blunt, her body is at its limit, both in terms of her life and combat ability. She doesn't have long to live and can only participate in one more major operation. I figured you needed to know, and Romany forced me to pass on the bad news. So anyway, Romany believed that it would be best not to tell her, but I disagree. For one thing, I think Mosh knows. I see, coming from you, who's been with her the most. I'm not inclined to argue. Of course I have been. That's it for me then. I know this. Wait, shit. Why is this always stupid? I know this all comes moments before the battle to determine humanity's future, but that's that, and this is this. You've only got a brief moment before you head to the command room. Spend it in a way you won't regret. Oh, do not worry about that. I'll make sure to spend how I choose to spend. See you in the command room. Ciao. Spend the last moments with Mosh. Good morning, senpai. Did you just wake up too? I just took a nap and finished a physical checkup. If you're going to the command room, let me accompany you. Or would you like to go to the cafe and get a sandwich for some quick nourishment, senpai? I can't bring it up. I think it's natural to feel pressured. I'm feeling overwhelmed. My heart is racing. But I'm not worried. It's always been this way to me. From Vayuki to ancient Mesopotamia, I was never confident I would be able to complete the mission. On the other hand, senpai, even though you were more baffled than I was, you always managed to lead the way. So, no matter how much pressure I'm under, even if humanity's survival is at stake, as long as senpai is my master, I will never feel worried. Dante Yeager, you are the best master Claudia has, and I am very proud of you. Mosh. That's sweet. Good morning, Fu. Have you come to bring us to the command room? Fu is staring right at me. That creature knows way too much. Fu? I see. I can't bring that up, but I see. Mosh, you should stay in Claudia. Thank you, but that's impossible. Ever since you took my hand as the command room was collapsing around us, I have exclusively been your servant. If you're going to fight, I want to fight too, even if it shortens the small amount of time I have left. So you know. Yes, and it is no reason for any extra concern. It's true that, unlike others, I was born and raised in a special environment. But I don't feel sad about my life so far. I know the doctor was worried about me, but I don't regret my life. Nothing sad has happened in it. If there's anything to be sad about, it would be that I won't be able to see what what comes next. My life has been very happy. Everyone was very good to me. Even if I only have a few more months left to live, I want to be proud of what I do with them. But that's just awful. Not at all. My life has been more than worth it. I mean, I never thought I'd set foot outside Claudia. That never seemed possible for me. But you saved me. Thanks to you, I was able to see the outside world, to see what color the sky was. I'm about to cry, shit. My journey this past year has been a treasure to me, one I won't give up for anything. So, I'm going on the final mission. Solomon said that life has no value, human history is meaningless. But that is wrong, and I will deny it with everything I have, even if someone's life is going to be lost and forgotten. I've learned on my journey that the lives of every human in history are what built the present we live in now. It's true that I have no experience with life's sorrows. I don't understand the pain of the king of mages speaks of. But I know the joys of life. Senpai, Dr. Roman, everyone at Claudia, and all the worlds we've traveled through have taught me. So please, let me accompany you until the end, Master. To prevent the incineration of humanity, to show the value of human life, and to retake our future. Thank you. Let's go, Mosh. Right. Mush Light will support you with everything I have. There's no need for me to say I'm sorry. Let's go. I should always say thank you, and let's go. Right on time. Good morning, Dante. Mosh. Your physical and mental states both appear stable. The two of you are in top condition. No, your mental state is a bit elevated compared to usual, but something good happened, Mosh. Did something good happen? Yes, I was lucky enough to run into Senpai in the hallway again today. That is she is blushing. Wow, that is cute. It's a good sign. Tactless doctor, aren't you? No, not really. I was just taking your vitals. I'm your doctor after all, and I have to be precise, so. Wait, what do you mean by tactless? Did you literally bump into each other or something? Did sparks fly? Yeah, sparks did fly. Oh, right. Here I am, making my usual small talk. We're at the final stage. We need to stay focused and talk seriously. Master Dante, Mosh Light. We finally identified the location of the King of Mages base, which we knew to exist outside the normal temporal axis. Claudia will now make contact with this singularity. The entire facility will enter enemy territory. We will brace shift into the enemy singularity, but we'll also be physically connected to them. This will be different from our other expeditions. Ooh, shit. Other expeditions moving between Claudia and the singularity can only be done at the contact points. In other words, this is a surprise landing operation, crazy like Normandy. Normandy? Just like always, Da Vinci. Yes, thanks for the lively response. Military regulations and dignity are no concern of mine. Thank God. Well, I kind of saw that coming. Fine, I'm going to give up on being serious. Da Vinci, can you give us the briefing? Sure, leave it to me. Now, just like I said, this is a landing operation. That sets it apart from all the other orders so far. There's no need to look for a grill. The mission itself is simple, but you've got 3 things to do. First, besiege the enemy temple. Second, defeat the King of Mages. And third, return from enemy territory alive. Besiege the temple. Understand defeating it. And then return alive. Yes. Thanks to Shelba's analysis, we know the basic layout of the enemy territory. This singularity is its own little world. It's a conceptual universe. If Claudia is a miniature model of Earth, then the enemy territory is a miniature model of the universe. Jesus Christ. The entire universe? Well, it's a universe with no other celestial bodies. On a human scale, it would be about the size of a single cell. Oof. What's interesting is that there's only a single life form in this universe, but we can ignore that for now. There's an incalculable amount of magical energy swirling around the center of the singularity. That's definitely the King of Mages' throne. The throne will be your target, but the route connecting it to it is currently blocked. Oh shit. I'm so sorry about that. That is to say, the temple gate is shut. Well, it's natural to protect one's seat of power. So, first, you're going to destroy all the surrounding areas to its enemy territory. I mean, in the enemy's territory, but not to its enemy territory. The enemy territory itself is actually a single massive life form. It's sending energy from the outer edges of the core. What the hell? Are you serious? That sounds crazy. So, once the outer edges are destroyed, the gate barring the way to the throne will shatter. Destroy the outer areas to cut off the flow of magical energy, so that's why you talked about besieging the temple. I know, 'cause that sounded weird. That's right, our analysis revealed that there are multiple bases inside enemy territory. If you destroy them or shut them down, the path to the throne shall open. Okay. Then you defeat the King of Mages once he's exposed and finally come back to Claudia. You'll have to walk back though. Traveling via ray ship can only be done along the contact point, the entrance into the enemy territory. That's why it's a landing operation. It's going to be such a chore. Once the King of Mages is gone, this singularity will disappear. In other words, we need to run back as the singularity collapses. Ugh. Yes, that is different from before. We've never had to escape a collapsing battlefield. Yes, normally the only time you'd have to worry about that is if you're searching ruins. So destroying the King of Mage is just the start. What's important is coming back. Both of you need to stay focused until the very end and make your way back to the entrance. As soon as we race ship to return you to the coffins, Claudia will return to normal space. That's when the battle is truly over. Humanity and Claudia will have won. Right, Romany? Of course, that's why we've come all this way. Enter the enemy singularity and destroy the 7 bases. Reach the throne at the heart and defeat Solomon. Afterwards, escape the collapsing throne and return to Claudia via the contact point. And that's the mission. Any questions? What do you mean a singularity is a single life form? Oh, actually, you know there's probably no reason to go into it, but I'll tell you anyway. Do you remember Fuyuki's Greater Grail, the magical reaction core that caused the Fuyuki Holy Grail War? That was originally made from the dissected body of a certain mage. What the? The greatest of genius, the greatest of miracles. This mage had her magical circuits removed and used as the basis for the system. This was a special case of turning the small system that is a human body into a real universe. You call that just a special case? Dude, that's freaking nuts. And this singularity is similar. It's a small universe made from the magical circuits of a certain mage. A reality marvel that can exist outside of the temporal axis for as long as it has magical energy. That is the true nature of Solomon's base. That's why we had to call this, the Grand Temple of Time, Reality Marble Solomon. Dr. Roman. How pathetic. Oh shit, why is this thing always doing that? It says, how pathetic. Looks like I'm the only one who has yet to be mentally prepared, but that's coming to an end right now. That look on your face, Dante Yeager, it cheers me up. As the acting director of Claudia, I order you to enter the coffins. There's only a little time left. If Claudia reaches 2019, everything will be over. I'm sorry, Claudia, but it's already 2019. We won't be able to restore humanity. Uh-oh. This battle began with defeat. Solomon wiped out the entirety of humankind before anyone knew what happened. This is the greatest murder plot in human history. Solomon has been carefully planning this out since his death in 931 BC. Please put an end to his absurd scheme. He proved that an endeavor as hollow as Solomon simply needs to go up in flames without anyone ever knowing about it. Of course, leave it to me. Yes, leave it to us, Dr. Roman. Senpai and I will return to Claudia, I promise. Good. Glad to hear it. Knowing you two, you won't lose to Solomon. Now, let's begin the final order. Initiating race shift program. The enemy is Solomon, King of Mages. The mission objectives are to destroy him and return alive. Unsummon program start. Spiritron conversion start. Race shift starting in 3, 2, 1. All procedures cleared. Final grand order commencing operation. We can finally get this thing started. That's a whole lot of reading. Almost an entire hour's full of reading. The final singularity. Grand order. 2018, the Grand Temple.